Hello guys, in today's lesson we are differentiating exponential functions that is in the form of u over v. So let's get started. If you are given a function in the form u over v, we can differentiate using the quotient rule, and this rule states that the function u over v, when you differentiate, you get v u prime minus u v prime, all divided by v squared. So this is the formula. When a function is dividing another function and you are to differentiate, you use this formula to make the work more easier. So now let's check some few questions. Let's say I have given you the function e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x, all this divided by the other function, which is e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. So let's say you are given this function and you are asked to differentiate. So in this case, we can represent our u as the numerator, which is e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x, and then u prime, which is the derivative of the function u, is equal to e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x, or multiplying minus 1. Don't forget, in the previous lesson I explained to you how to differentiate an exponential function. You write the function as it is, then you look at the top, you differentiate the top part, then you multiply to the function that you've written, and after that you multiply everything by the ln of what? Of the e. So this is what I have for the derivative of the function u. So here I can simplify further, and then I will get something like this. So the u prime is giving me e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. Now let me also look for the v. The v is the denominator, so we have e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. So v prime, the derivative of v, this gives me e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. Everything here multiplies -1. So we can simplify further. The negative here can cancel out this, so I will get e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x, because this negative sign, when you multiply to this negative, will give me positive, right? So that is how I got this. So now we are going to put this in the given formula. So wherever we see v, we replace with the e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. We are just replacing in the formula. So now let's continue down here. My v is e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x, right? Then I multiply all this to the u prime, and then the u prime, we got e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. So all this minus my u, and my u is e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x. Everything here now multiplies v prime. We are only putting in the formula, and my v prime is e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x. So we now divide everything here. By v squared, and then we know our v to be e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x all squared. So guys, this is what we have, and at this point we are going to simplify further. So let's take our time and see how best to simplify this, right? So guys, if you check from this step, we have all this is multiplying itself because it's the same thing. So in such a situation, we can say that it is all this squared, because in mathematics, x multiplies x gives us x squared. So if that is the case, then we can write this as e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x into bracket all squared, right? And when I look at the other one, it also follows the same thing. So this one here, is also multiplying itself. So I can also write it as e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x into bracket all squared. So now from here I divide everything by the denominator, which is e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x, you close the bracket, all squared. So now this is what we have. We can simplify further, because looking at the numerator, we have like a difference of two squares. So we can simplify further, right? We can take this as our a. This is our a, and this is our b. So all the a squared minus all the b squared. This is difference of two squares. So whenever we have difference of two squares, we can write the factors as a plus b, or multiplying a minus b. So I'm going to apply this in simplifying the numerator part, right? I'm going to apply this in simplifying the numerator part. So now we continue here. My a, so I have e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. So a minus b. Where is my b? The b is this one. E to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x. So I have a minus b. All this is multiplying the a plus b. So all this is multiplying the a plus the b. So this is what I have. I now divide all this by the denominator, and our denominator here is e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x, or in bracket squared. So guys, this is what I have. Now from here, we continue to simplify. Now my focus will be on the numerator part. So I have e. Don't forget, I have e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. Now this negative sign you see here is going to change this plus sign. So it will change the plus sign here to negative, right? So now this negative sign is going to multiply all those terms inside the bracket. So I'll get negative e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x, like this. This is what I am getting for that part. After simplifying to remove the bracket, this is what I'm getting. And now when we also check the other side, we can write e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x plus e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x. All this now divided by the denominator. So guys, from here we can simplify further. Now we can say that we have e to the power of x here, and this one can cancel the minus e to the power of x, right? 10 minus 10 will give me 0. 5 minus 5 will give me 0. So e to the power of x minus e to the power of x, that gives me 0, right? So I have simplified that part by cancelling out this. And then I can also see that on this part, this can also cancel out that, right? This can also cancel out that. So now we are remaining minus e to the power of minus x minus e to the power of minus x, all in one bracket. Then the other side, e to the power of x plus e to the power of x. All this divided by the denominator. So now from here, the first bracket, I can write it as minus 2e to the power of minus x. Imagine if I have negative 5 minus 5, that will give me negative 10. So if I have negative 1 e to the power of negative x minus 1 e to the power of negative x, that will give me what? Negative 2. So that is the reason you are seeing the minus 2 there. So this is for the first bracket. Now for the second bracket, e to the power of x plus e to the power of x, that will give me 2 of the e to the power of x. So I now divide this by the denominator. So guys, from here we can still do something. Let's check something here when we focus on the numerator part. Minus 2e to the power of minus x multiplying 2e to the power of x. So here, this minus 2 we see here can multiply these 2, and that will give me minus 4, right? That will give me minus 4. And then the e to the power of minus x multiplying e to the power of x. Now from the rules of indices, the bases are all same. The bases are all same, that is e. And if the bases are same and we have multiplication sign separating them, then according to the rule, you just write one base and then you add the top numbers, the powers, you add them. So the minus x plus x gives me 0. And any number that the power is 0, the answer is 1. Right? Any number that the power is 0, the answer is 1. Except that maybe the number itself is 0. That will make it undefined. So now e to the power of 0 will give me 1. So if I multiply this 1 to the 4, then I'm going to get what? Minus 4. So now this is what I have. All this divided by e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x into bracket all squared. And like I said earlier, negative 4 multiplying the 1, that gives me what? That gives me negative 4. So from here, we can write our answer as negative 4 all divided by the e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x, you close the bracket, all squared. So guys, this is the solution so far as the question is concerned. This is the solution so far as the question is concerned. So just take your time, follow the steps. Whatever you don't understand, send me in the comment section. Thank you once again. Kindly subscribe and like the video. Have a nice day.